Today on Santa Monica Update.
Ocean Park Boulevard is going green. Stay tuned, we've got all the details.
No matter what the disaster, the Office for Emergency Management can help you stay prepared.
And the Santa Monica Pier has a new sign. It's an old favorite. We'll have these reports and more news about the city of Santa Monica. I'm Keena Chin.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
Welcome to Santa Monica Update. Santa Monica's new urban forest master plan may break new ground in planning for sustainable greenery in a city. The plan was adopted by the City Council after 2 years of study, public input, and deliberations, according to the outgoing Director of Community and Cultural Services, Barbara Stinchfield. The plan, which has a street-by-street list of trees as well as designated replacement species, will be implemented with help from the Urban Forest Task Force. The Council extended the term of the task force for an additional 7 years. To get your own copy of the Urban Forest Master Plan, just go to santamonicatrees.com and download it. Ocean Park Boulevard is going green. Over the next year, the heavily trafficked corridor between Nielsen Way and Lincoln Boulevard will undergo a complete transformation from an unsafe urban eyesore to an attractive pedestrian and bike-friendly model of sustainability, multimodality, and low-impact street design. Reporter Ned Rolsma braved some rare wet weather to take us front row center at the project's ceremonial groundbreaking.
We're shoveling the first bit of sand that symbolically commences this project, and boy, are we excited. Are we excited?
Yeah. Well, the mood was certainly a lot brighter than the weather at the Ocean Park Boulevard Green Street Project groundbreaking. Not even a rare Santa Monica rainstorm could dampen the spirits of a community that's waited a long time for this important project to come together. Thanks to years of planning and collaboration between residents, city staff, and other local stakeholders, Ocean Park Boulevard will be getting a complete facelift with wider sidewalks, new bike lanes, crosswalks and street lighting, and traffic signal improvements. Longtime neighborhood resident Bob Taylor knows these much-needed changes will make Ocean Park Boulevard a safer and more pedestrian and bike-friendly streetscape.
When they widened the road, it had the net result of causing people to speed because it had that freeway appearance. And there was only really one safe place to cross, which was 6th Street, where there's one signal. So I had a daily observation, of course, of that traffic and people driving down the bike lanes, passing cars dangerously, no safe place to cross, very narrow sidewalks. And this will be a huge change for the better.
Safety isn't the only perk in this pedestrian-friendly project. A green street is also environmentally friendly, as new trees and landscaping will improve air quality, and advanced urban runoff filtration systems will improve water quality in the Santa Monica Bay.
The difference between a green street and a regular street is that a green street helps to benefit the environment. It captures and treats runoff, urban runoff and stormwater, and puts it in the ground rather than taking all the trash with it into the bay. But it's also physically much more green. It has a lot more green space. There are plants, there are trees, there are little pocket parks and things like that. So it makes it a much nicer place to be for people and for pedestrians, rather than just cars.
OPB project manager Peter James thinks these improvements will bring the Ocean Park neighborhood back together, creating a community bond that's stronger than ever.
We're not just talking about a street project, we're talking about a people project. It's the neighborhood's project, and in that type of ownership is something that just naturally breeds excitement and goodwill in the community.
Work on the Ocean Park Boulevard Green Street project will continue for the next year or so, and only one lane of traffic will remain open in either direction throughout construction. But don't worry, know before you go. Visit smconstructs.org/OPB for up-to-the-minute construction news and notes. For Santa Monica Update, I'm Ned Rolsma.
The city has created a new division called the Office of Emergency Management, or OEM. Reporter Tamara Henry tells us how the division is helping us to prepare for disasters and emergencies.
Emergency preparedness used to fall under the umbrella of the fire department, but now there's a new division in the city of Santa Monica. It's called the Office of Emergency Management, and its sole purpose is to take care of our community in the event of a disaster or emergency. So far this year, OEM has held 2 one-stop prep shops where residents, employees, and visitors can purchase non-perishable foods, water with a long shelf life, flashlights, radios, first aid kits, and other essentials for a basic emergency preparedness kit.
Often when we talk to community members, they say, yeah, I really want to get an emergency kit put together, but it's so hard going to different stores, and getting everything that I need. It'd be great if we could have one place where we can go and pick up everything in one central location.
Do you have extra medications ready? Emergency contact information written on paper? Enough clothing for 7 days in case you have to evacuate? Are you prepared for a power outage, an earthquake? OEM offers SM Alerts, a free alert notification system to help you stay informed in such events.
SM Alert system, and that's something I want to encourage everyone to sign up for. What that is, it's a mass notification system that gives us the ability to contact literally hundreds of thousands of people within a couple of minutes so we can give them up-to-date disaster information.
SM Alerts is a free service and takes a few minutes to sign up for online at smalerts.net. In the case of an emergency, public safety officials can send instructions via SM Alerts to your house phone, cell phone, text, or email.
Well, I have plenty of food. I just don't have flashlights and a few things like that.
Yeah. The power outage because of the storm last week actually affected Santa Monica. And I didn't have power for about 4 hours.
A popular item is the solar power rechargers. What if you could not get online for 7 days? Recharge your power using the sun, which is always dependable.
What we want people to do is have 7 days preparedness material, but not everything all at home. If you can have 4 days of preparedness material at home, 2 or 3 days in your car, and another 2 days at work, you'll have your total of 7 days, but you'll have it wherever you need it. And that's really the concept of I've got 7.
Now that you've made sure your family is safe, don't forget about your fuzzy friends. Make sure and stop by and talk to Barcode to see what you can do to make sure your pets are safe.
It's especially important during disasters. I mean, people think, well, my dog stays with me in the house. Well, when there's a disaster, that's not what's going to happen.
In addition to a microchip for your pets, it's important to have a collar and tag. These new tags have a code that can be scanned using a smartphone. For those who can't make it to the one-stop prep shop, the Emergency Cafe makes house calls. So what is the #1 tip that you give?
To remain calm.
But how do you remain calm when things are going awry?
I know it's crazy, right? Be prepared.
Our job is to not only prepare the community, but to train our community to make them able to take care of themselves in the event of a disaster or emergency.
I'm more prepared now than I was before I came.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Corporations, I have private clients, we do it for schools, offices, you name it.
Yeah.
I come in and do it.
Right, because part of it, the biggest part of staying calm is being prepared. And I learned that here today at the OEM event at the Santa Monica Library. Reporting for Santa Monica Update, I'm Tamara Henry.
If you would like more information on this new division and to stay up to date about when the next one-stop prep shop for emergency preparedness event will be, go to smgov.net/OEM. Recently, the city entered a new era. It happened when the City Council approved a mixed-use development to be built right downtown. A modern-looking building will go up on the northeast corner of 4th and Broadway. A restaurant is planned for the ground floor retail space. The auto repair shop now there will be replaced with a downtown housing project consisting of small studio and one-bedroom units. The development will be within easy walking distance of the Expo Light Rail Terminal. The building is planned for people who do not have cars. It's a sign of a new era we are entering. The developer is paying $125,000 as a transit infrastructure fee in exchange for not having to provide parking. The City Council recently enacted a new law increasing the penalties on cab drivers who engage in unfair business practices. The council increased the fine from $250 to $1,000 for cab drivers who do not charge the rates established by the city. And an attempt to bribe a city official will now result in a fine of between $5,000 and $10,000, plus a possible revocation of the cab driver's taxi license. The intended message to cab drivers is that these activities involve serious misconduct and it will not be permitted to continue. We've heard it said before, everything old is new again, and so it is with the exterior of the Carousel Building on the Santa Monica Pier. Gail Choice tells us what's new again.
1916 the building was built. The building is on the National Registry of Historic Places. It was inducted in 1987.
To be sure, one of the greatest merry-go-rounds in the country is located in the Carousel Building on the Santa Monica Pier. It's Jim Harris's job as the Deputy Director of the Santa Monica Pier Restoration Corporation to keep this beautiful building historically correct and up to date.
In 1983, actually prior to the Pier Restoration Corporation being formed, the carousel was already being restored. In fact, it was in the final stages. And those final stages included painting the outside of the building and returning it to its original colors.
As the pier historian, Jim recognized that the Carousel Building needed just one more thing.
In 1996, when Pacific Park opened with their now world-famous Ferris wheel, many people assumed that the carousel and the Ferris wheel were either the same, or that the merry-go-round, also known as carousel, was part of Pacific Park, and they'd walk right by this building. So this year, in October 2011, we returned the signage of merry-go-round that was painted on the sides of the building to the building. We returned the signage in its original font and its original size, but we changed the colors to be more in tune with the actual coloring of the building.
The merry-go-round is for all ages.
The idea of horses going around in a circle, it just spells fantasy and fun, and it seems to be an enjoyable experience for all ages. We see it in generations, actually.
There's one more element to the Carousel Building that's guaranteed to make you smile.
In June 2010, we opened up an old-fashioned ice cream soda fountain inside under the name of Soda Jerks.
We're really a true soda fountain. One thing we do that no one else does is we hand make everything.
So you're gonna make me a Dr. Pepper?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is from scratch.
It is. So you take crushed ice and then you pump the Dr. Pepper syrup.
Now I like the taste of Dr. Pepper.
So you want a little, I'll give you a little extra pump.
Okay.
And then so you have the syrup. Plain.
Wow.
So right now it's not a soda. This is the key. You add the soda water. And this is what separates me from everyone else. That's your handmade Dr. Pepper. Nothing better.
Next, I enjoyed a black and white.
Black and white is an ice cream soda made with vanilla ice cream. And only a soda fountain can make an ice cream soda. I'm an independent operator. I'm not a national chain. I'm actually a third-generation soda jerk, so this is something I've done with my family for years. A black and white chocolate soda.
I'm Gail Choice for Santa Monica Update.
Yum.
You don't have to wait for a special occasion to go back in time to savor the good old days. Visit the Santa Monica Pier Carousel Building and treat yourself and your family to a ride on the merry-go-round. And while you're at it, stop by Soda Jerks. You'll be glad you did. For things to do, pier stories, and a preview of Santa Monica's world-famous pier, go to santamonicapier.org. Get active, Santa Monica, and get involved in Active Santa Monica, a new way for you to connect with the abundance of recreation and fitness opportunities that surround us. Look for the new Seascape coming out soon for classes, camps, and activities that begin February 1st. And try out the fitness room at Memorial Park for free from January 23rd to the 30th. There's no contract involved. For more information, call 310-450-4939. And why not take a look at the Facebook page for Active Santa Monica? It's at facebook.com/ActiveSM. Get active, Santa Monica. There's another kind of activity that's very rewarding, reading. And for those of us who like to read memoirs, a new book of short memoirs has just been published by SMC's Emeritus College. It showcases the work of older adults in a class on autobiographical writing. One significant work recalls an 11th birthday spent in the Bergen-Belsen Nazi concentration camp. Get your copy at Emeritus College or call 310-459-4942. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. I'm Keena Chen, and for all of us at CityTV, thanks for watching.